Unsolved, a Nancy Drew production.
Tonight's episode, William Mac Andrew, or Mac the Knife. Act 1. William Macduff Andrew was born on February 14th, 1945. His father was from Montana and his mother was from Canada, and his parents met in San Francisco, and they married and moved to Vallejo, California. William Andrew graduated from Vallejo High School in 1963, and then he got an application for a Social Security card around that same time after graduation. And then at some point he attended California State University, Chico, and graduated from there in 1968. Act 2. At this point, during the time of the Zodiac murders, things seem to get murky in his life. And it seems to be that way always for me. But he went to graduate school. And some sources say that he went in Sacramento, some put him in San Francisco, and some he's still living in Chico. This city directory puts him living in San Francisco at the 551 address, and the blue arrow is pointing to the murder site of Paul Stein, cab driver Paul Stein. And then, looking at this city directory, you can see his parents lived at 401 Spring Road, and he did also. And so here's a look at that. So the black arrow points to the phone booth where the Zodiac killer called the police after Darlene Ferrin's murder. The green arrow is where William Andrew's parents lived after the murder. The blue arrow is where his parents lived before the murder and their business that they both operated. And then the red arrow is where Darlene Ferrin lived at the time of her death. Act 3. William M. Andrew got married on October 12th, 1974 to Kimberly Jacobs. And then here's some newspaper articles. Kind of hard to read because they're small, but you could pause and maybe be able to see them. There's more information there. Okay, and then the significance of this is the Zodiac letters stop coming to the police and to the newspaper after this time or during this time. Another thing that's significant to me is I believe the Zodiac killer lived in Vallejo or was very near there, because the 3 ciphers that you put in order, the first one went to the Vallejo newspaper, and the second and the third one went to the San Francisco newspapers. And that was common to have your city newspaper and then the larger city newspaper coming to your house. And so he put the Vallejo one first, and that tells me that he probably lived there. Epilogue. For the epilogue, I just wanted to put a couple side-by-side pictures and letters. So here's the first one, and then here's the second one, and you can see he's much younger than the sketch and the description. And then here's a sample of his writing compared to the car door. And to me, the 4s and the other numbers don't match up. And then here's, you can see the date and compare that to the letters on this map. And then on this final one, you can look at the N on the map and compare that to the N on his application. And they don't look the same to me. Well, this ends this episode of Unsolved. And on the next episode, next weekend, we'll look at the John Bonet case. I'll have something good there. And we will continue on the Zodiac case next Saturday. See you then.